Hello, my little fish. Welcome back to Calypso's Cove, where the magic is our message. It is your mistress of magic, BlkAfroditee, here again with another pick a card. Thank you guys so much for being here. And today I have a beautiful treat for you. I am doing a collaboration with another YouTuber here who is a tarot reader as well. And her name is Jasmine sFairyKin. Jasmine is a beautiful soul who connects with the spirit of fairies. And for those of you who do not know, mermaids and fairies often work together seamlessly. So mermaids typically tend to be the protectresses of fairies, while fairies provide messages and insight to mermaids. So I am so honored to be doing a collaboration with Jasmine's sFairyKin. We are going to be doing a divine feminine magic collaboration today. So you can go out on her channel, the link is in the description box below, and check out her reading. And today, for my reading, I am going to be doing Why Are People Obsessed with your feminine sensuality? What has them sprung? What has them shook from you being so sensuous and beautiful and feminine? So I am so excited about this collaboration. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for collaborating with me again. She has such a beautiful energy, and if you guys enjoy me, I know that you will enjoy her reading. So go check it out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Calypso's by Aphrodite. I'm so sorry, I was about to say Calypso's Code 7 and Aphrodite at the same time. But anyway, please check out Calypso's Cove 7 on Instagram. That's where I showcase my beautiful products made specifically through the magic of Mama Ocean. And please check out Calypso's by Aphrodite on Etsy. That's the actual shop. Follow my personal Instagram, BlkAfroditee, spelled the exact same way it is in the description box. And without further ado, let's pick our piles. See you there. Hello, my loves. Okay, so today you will be picking a divine feminine archetype so you can find out why people are so obsessed with your feminine sensuality. For pile number 1, we have the goddess Kadesh back again. She represents sexual wisdom and feminine sexual empowerment. She's also accompanied with this beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone. Okay. Next, for pile number 2, we have Goddess Aphrodite, the return of Aphrodite, temple, goddess energy, treating yourself as sacred. And accompanying Aphrodite, we have the beautiful rose quartz. And then for pile number 3, we have the Empress card, representing fertility, creativity, and abundance, with the beautiful citrine. Okay, so please take the time to pick your pile, and I am going to give you a little sound bath with my sacral chakra bell. Without further ado, I will see you at your pile. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 1. This is for those of you who were drawn to the goddess Kadesh. She is a beautiful energy. I will set you here. And along with your rainbow moonstone cluster. Firstly, I'm already channeling for you all that people are very afraid of you. Pile number 1, in the best way. People are intimidated by your femininity, by your allure, by your magnetism. There's something about you that lets me know that you don't put it all out there on display, but you definitely show a side of yourself. There's this sense of being very, very sexually present without having to be vulgar. Pile number one. There's something about you that really draws people in because of that. So let's see what other messages we get as I pull the cards. Ooh. Good messages so far. Yeah. Already being validated in what I felt from you having a very demure sensuality, a very demure sexuality. You don't do too much, but my goodness, is it powerful. All right, let's get started. So, pile number one, you are extremely abundant. You are extremely tapped in to your sacral chakra, especially with you being drawn to rainbow moonstone. It's also not just your sacral chakra, but it's your crown chakra as well. You're very activated within yourself. You have a very queenly energy, beyond queenly. It's something about you for other people that is otherworldly, that is magnetic, almost to the point of fear for other people. Like I've said, the first card that we have out here is the Ace of Cups. People are obsessed with your feminine allure, quite literally. You always have new lovers coming in. People always are falling in love with you quite easily. There's something about you that's very fertile, very magnetic. With this Ace of Cups here too, I get the sense that you're very dreamy. A lot of people consider you their dream girl. They might not always speak on this right away, but it's something that they feel very deeply passionate about. A lot of people consider you unobtainable. Pile number one, excuse me. There might be some messages for you in pile number three, so you might want to stick around for that. However, with this Ace of Cups, I feel like you are deeply dreamy. There's something about you with this water and the lily pad and the dove that screams purity, but at the same time, there's a sensuality here. So you're very pure of heart and spirit, and that's why people are obsessed with you. Also, with the hand, I feel like you're very giving. You're giving in the bedroom. You're giving in the world. You're giving of your heart and of your ideas as well. I feel like you also really want the best for people around you. Pile number one, you always bring out what needs to kind of be worked on, because Goddess Kadesh also represents Tantra, and Tantra is the balancing of energies. That's what that really represents. So anything that is out of balance in somebody's auric field, you purify, you heal. Pile number one, you kind of bring it to the surface, because the next card that we have here is the moon. So we know that these can represent our fears, our subconscious beliefs, anything that is latently happening within our subconscious or emotional realm. So you are very deep, pile number one. That is another reason why people are very, very obsessed with your feminine sensuality. The way that you enunciate your words, the way that you focus in on a conversation, the way that you give eye contact, people are genuinely obsessed with it. It makes them feel like they're the only person in the world, just like how you feel with the moon. The moon's energy is very personal. It's not like the energy of the sun where you can't look directly at it and it touches everyone. With the moon, you can stare at it directly and you can get this intimate relationship with the moon by working with it and understanding it and gazing into its soft silver pure light. And I feel that that's why people are very obsessed with you. You also help them process their emotions. Pile number one, you have the Ace of Cups and the Moon side by side. So people really feel like you are somebody that they can confide in, somebody that they can talk to, somebody that they can show the truth of their emotions and what has been hidden underneath the surface. For example, if a person around you that is attracted to you in any form or fashion is going through something within their personal life, they might not feel comfortable to discuss that with even their own significant other or close friends or family members. But with you, it's like all walls are broken, everything concaves away. And I just feel like people are very, very obsessed with that because you have this beautiful softness to you. You're very powerful feminine energy. Your feminine sensuality is something that's also very intellectual as well with this moon card, because moon in sidereal astrology or Vedic astrology represents our minds as well. So like I said, you were very, very deep. So that sensual expression of being there with somebody, looking into their eyes, wanting to go deeper beyond the surface as to what they feel, how they feel, and how long they've been feeling it is very addictive for people around you. And they want more. Pile number one, they definitely do. With this Ace of Cups, it's an energy that runs over and over again. You also give the sense of a mother archetype, a creatrix, someone who can provide a constant source, just like the earth, of this sensuality that we're talking about here. The next card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is really yummy because people view you as a source of abundance. Pile number one, that's another reason why people are addicted to your sensuality. They know when they come around you, they feel rich. Something about you, and if you look at the colors and the gold that Goddess Kadesh is wearing, the gold around her, the fire, the beautiful fabrics that's around her, very lush. She's literally sitting with a female lion. So it's like you have like this wealth about you, this very rich energy, and it attracts rich suitors. And if it hasn't yet, because this might be an energy that you just have awakened within yourself, it will soon begin to attract very wealthy suitors. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, this is the slowest moving knight within the tarot deck. It will take time, of course, for people to be able to express themselves like that, because that's that latent fear that I was picking up on, especially with the Knight of Pentacles being right beside the Moon card. People are a little fearful of how intense you are, especially there's something about your eyes. Pile number one, your eyes are very, very intense. They are magnetic. You can stare directly into somebody's soul and snatch it if you please. So that's something that people really are obsessed with about your sensuality. Also, you're very earthly as well, very watery. So you're tapped into your body, especially with the sexual wisdom card. You're very grounded in your body. You're very aware of yourself, and very aware of yourself emotionally as well. People feel like they can get better from being in your presence, pile number one, especially with that Knight of Pentacles with the Moon. I really channeled that. It is as if you draw out the imperfections and impurities that are keeping people who are attracted to you from being their best selves, and you amplify what is right, or you can kind of call them out on their crap, and you can be like, hey, I see you doing this, or I notice that you have these patterns. Let's talk about it. And people are very drawn in by that because there's something about the fact that You're very quietly seductive. You pull people in with your sensuality. Back to the Goddess Kadesh card, I really feel like the way you wear your clothes as well, and the way that you have your jewelry, down to the way that you smell, because I feel like this goddess has like incense going on in the background, beautiful oils that smell delicious, fragrance oils that she uses to adorn her body. She also has on beautiful gold jewelry. So this is something that I deeply feel about you. So when the Knight of Pentacles sees you, they automatically see wealth. Pile number one. It's very sensual. That's what I feel. You wear the very soft fabrics, beautiful linens. You're very feminine, very feminine. A traditional kind of femininity, one that we readily associate with femininity. You're very, very poised as well. People are very addicted to the fact that you don't do too much. You are very tapped into yourself, very put together, very pulled in. People love that about you, pile number one. So the next card we have is the Knight of Wands. So you not only have people who are very wealthy coming your way, you also have people who are very passionate, very spunky, very outgoing, very fiery coming your way. People who are addicted to your feminine sensuality are very alpha. And I know that term is a little, what's the word? Controversial. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Anywho, I know that term is a little controversial, but it is what it is. You attract a lot of alpha energy. People who are direct, who are sure, who are go-getters, who have a lot of personality, very spontaneous, fun, and adventurous. The perfect balance for your soft, sexy energy. And I do feel like you are very sexy, pile number one, especially choosing Kadesh. And you have this beautiful wisdom inside of you, like it said, sexual wisdom. So you're very wise, you're very put together. It's something that the opposite is very addicted to, because they're looking for that cooling kind of energy, especially for the fact that you don't give it all away, but still have all of this inside of you and experience. So you're no wallflower for sure. And you're also quite fun yourself. With the Ace of Cups as well, you're down for new experiences and a good time. And the Knight of Wands is very attracted to that. On the flip side, within yourself, you too are very spontaneous and fun when you want to be. You know how to have a good time. You know how to let your hair down. You wear beautiful, excuse me. Sorry, I told you guys I'm still coming off of a cold. Anywho, you wear beautiful fabrics with this Knight of Wands. I'm really drawn to the decoration or the embellishment on his fabric. Just reminds me more of this Kadesh card, because there's so many fabrics that are in your pile. So that's something that people are definitely drawn to. The clothes that you wear, the colors that you wear, and the way that your clothes linger on your body. So a way that you really show your sexual side or your sensual side is by wearing beautiful clothes that are very expressive, very feminine, very put together, very alluring. Pile number one. Next card we have is the Queen of Cups. Now, this was right underneath that Moon card. So this is me really feeling like you are very, very emotionally aware of yourself. And then also with the Queen of Cups, she has on this beautiful draping as well, beautiful colors. And I really feel like, again, with the clothes are such a huge aspect of why people are obsessed with your sensuality, because you wear very sensuous, beautiful fabrics on top of keeping yourself very well groomed in terms of manners and as well as looks. You are very, very wise. We're going to go back to the wisdom. With the Ace of Cups, emotions, the Moon, the Queen of Cups, water is really your realm. Water is your strongest element, pile number one. So I feel for you that people are deeply addicted, the word addicted, to your aura. Your aura is very calming. It's very attractive. It's very nurturing. And your aura in itself is very sensual. Pile number one, there's something so tantalizing about the way that you handle yourself in the world, and people are very obsessed with that. You also have keen psychic abilities with the moon, the ace of cups, the queen of cups, and then I'm just going to go ahead and show you this card too. We have the high priestess in reverse. So you are very, I feel like it's in reverse because there's something about you still that's very physical. Sometimes when we think about the high priestess, we really think about that third eye chakra, or, you know, the crown chakra, her being very into spirituality. And sometimes the shadow side of the high priestess is that she's not tapped into her physicality, but there's something about you that's also very empress like, pile number one. So I feel that that's why it's in reverse, because you have so much wisdom, so much psychic awareness, very in tune with yourself. It's almost like you have either a water moon or a water rising, and then something underneath the surface, like a different Venus or a different Mars, that gives you this spunk, that gives you like this fun energy, maybe even a different sun sign as well. But there is a lot of water in your aura. You could also be a water sun sign with a different rising or moon, Venus or Mars, that gives you that grounded energy, that gives you that spunk, that gives you the pizzazz, but also has you very well put together, very mild-mannered, in a very seductive, classic way. The goddess Kadesh is one of the oldest goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon. She also comes from another region of the Middle East or of the global East and made her way to Egypt. So you have a very old soul. That's another thing that people are very attracted to with you, pile number one. Your sensuality is something that seems like it comes from another time. You have this old Hollywood kind of glamour, femininity to you. It's very va-va-voom, but at the same time very classic, very poised, very meticulous as well, but not in a controlling or calculated way. Just, you know what you want, how you want it, and you like to display the best sides of yourself. You're very psychically in tune with yourself, and you know what you want versus what you don't want. So the next card we have is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So people are so obsessed with your feminine sensuality that they literally want to marry you. Number one, you have this right underneath the Knight of Pentacles, right beside the Queen of Cups. There are people who would love to have a family with you. They feel like you would be a great mother. That is another reason why people are attracted to your feminine allure. They feel like you would make a great life partner, that you could complete their world, pile number one. However, it seems with the reversal that you are still weighing your options. You have two knights here. So you have multiple suitors, and I understand you wanting to play the field a little bit as the Queen of Cups, as Kadesh, having all this beautiful energy and all this wisdom. You want the best possible love and the best romance. And I feel that for you, you're not rushing into marriage. You are going to take your time. Okay, sorry, that was my cat. And then the last card we have for you is the Devil card in reverse. So you are people's guilty pleasure. Pile number one, they are obsessed with you. You might attract some people who have obsessive tendencies, some stalker energy, to be honest, a little bit of possession as well, but you have removed yourself from that. I can see from these cards, this is kind of an energy that surrounds your situation but doesn't necessarily affect your situation. So you might attract these type of people who are very addicted to you, want to be stuck with you, feel like your energy is something that they want to have in their life forever, but you know better now, and you know not to allow those type of people into your auric field or even around you, near your body, or experiencing your time. You are very conscientious of your worth, Capricorn energy. You are a hard worker. You are very aware of your life lessons with this Saturn energy here. And also that's that wisdom, right? Because you have control of your flesh. That's what I want to say. With this sexual wisdom, you have control of your body. You have control of what your desires are. You don't let your desires rule you. You rule your desires. And that is why people are obsessed with your feminine sensuality. Okay, so this will conclude your reading, pile number 1. I deeply hope that this resonated and that you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below. And as we always do at this time, hands up in the reverence mudra. I honor you. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Until we meet again, beloveds. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is for those of you who were drawn to the Return of Aphrodite card. Gorgeous. This card says, Temple, Birth of the Goddess, Guidance, Goddess Energy, Treating as Sacred. And you also have the beautiful rose quartz. I get a sense that you tapping into your feminine sensuality might be new for you. Or you might have gone through a phase in your life where your femininity is something that you felt like you had to release. You might have been a mother, or you might have gone through a situation like you work in a new environment where at work you don't really feel like you can be as feminine. You had to leave a situation to regain yourself. Something along those lines, coming back into yourself as a feminine being with this rose quartz. I'm really feeling like you've been tapping into your self-love a lot more, and it's making people very attracted to you. And that's a reason why people are obsessed with your femininity, your feminine sensuality. Okay, so let's see what other messages pop up through the tarot, and we will get started on this gorgeous reading. Oh, there you go. Okay. We're getting some of the same cards again. I'm going to keep shuffling just to make sure that you guys have fresh cards. Ancestors, spirits and guardians, mermaids, goddesses. Please give us fresh answers for pile number 2 as to why people are obsessed with their feminine sensuality. Please give us new answers for pile number 2. Thank you. 2 more answers, please, Spirit. Okay. 1 more answer, please, Spirit, for why people are obsessed with pile number 2's feminine sensuality. All right. Let's begin. Okay. So starting off here, we have the Ace of Cups. You have this freshness about you, pile number 2. It's different from pile number 1. There's something about you that screams independence in a way. Choosing yourself above all, making sure that you are emotionally taken care of. With Aphrodite, the return of Aphrodite, This lets me know that you are in a new phase, in a new chapter, and there's nothing more attractive, right, to people than when you are feeling renewed and refreshed. When I think of this Ace of Cups card for you and feel the energy surrounding it, I'm drawn to the dove at the top of the card with that cross. Your energy is balanced now, and there's a real purity about you, a heavenly energy about you, pile number 2. Also, you are very, very advantageous. And what I mean by that is you know how to jump into a new situation and you don't hold back. There's something that's very deep about your transformation, pile number 2. I feel like you have really taken this route of transforming yourself into the version of who you want to be in this new version of your femininity. For some of you, I will say your womanhood. For others of you, I will say your feminine expression. Something very pure, very innocent, almost childlike about your divine feminine expression, pile number 2. You have this je ne sais quoi about you now that people are very addicted to. Feels like there's a new freshness for you. You could have kind of like a schoolyard crush, or somebody has a schoolyard crush on you, where the energy is very fun and very innocent. You might be going to the movies, experiencing little gifts, little tokens, or just doing these things for yourself, and people are noticing. There is something about you displaying this fountain of youth, this revitalization that makes people go crazy. You have a very, very youthful sensuality, very fun, kind of silly, but at the same time, very put together. You have this innocence about you as well, too, pile number 2. And then with the Aphrodite card here and how she's like surrounded by animals in this card, and half in the water, half out, she's holding a key. It's like nature is the key to your feminine sensuality, and people see you and notice that, pile number 2. They notice you when they walk outside. They see you when you're walking with, I'm channeling a dog or like a pet. For example, you might be sitting on your balcony with your pet, drinking a nice cup of tea. Some of you might even have a bird because of the dove, and Aphrodite does resonate with birds. She learned whistle notes, singing in that register, kind of like Mariah Carey, from listening to birds, and she would sing with the birds. That is a part of her myths. So you might also have a beautiful speaking voice that people are very addicted to, a beautiful singing voice that people love listening to, as well as having a very beautiful laugh. That's something that I feel people are very obsessed with. And with this Ace of Cups, there's somebody who wants to also give you a hand as well. Somebody who wants to be there for you in your new transition. You're getting a lot of offers in some form of fashion, and it just seems like it feels very nice. Like you have a very nice energy, very pleasant, very open, very welcoming. So people are very addicted to your kindness, your sweetness, your spunky kind of personality, your subtle spontaneity. That's something that people are very addicted to. And it's something that's very sensual about that, because it's your senses and how people's senses are awakened around you that really makes the sensuality for you, pile number 2. So the next card we have is, let me make sure, the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so that's that energy I was talking about, pile number two, with seeming like you really needed to have a fresh start. People are addicted to your feminine sensuality because they can't really get a full read on you. Pile number two, you have left a situation, something that seems like it comes from a past life. And the past life is within your own life, pile number two. So, you know how we have many incarnations of ourselves in this one life through our experiences and learning and growing and having to rebuild and grow again. There is something about that that is very attractive to people around you because they're in awe of the fact that you have the ability to start over and start fresh and not be jaded by the past. You have the past within you, and you're clearly aware of the things that have gone on when it comes to your domestic life, friends from the past as well, but you don't dwell on it, pile number two. And that's something that people find very admirable as well as very sexy, because it's nothing more sexy than a feminine energy knowing how to handle her mental or her emotions. And I really feel that people are very, very attracted to that within you, pile number two. We have this sense too that you are very in control of your mind. I just want to put that out there one more time. You really know how you feel and who you are. And that in itself has created this openness around you. Pile number two. It's a sword. So we think of air. Air is free flowing and it is everywhere, but it's also direct and clear on its path. And that is you. And people are very, very attracted to that. Your energy really makes people want to come around you. You stand out in a crowd because of your mental. Very sexy. There's also something very sensual with it being attached to the Ace of Cups side by side like this about the way that you handle your mental. You're not quick to get overtly emotional. You sense to know what situations call for what. And that is also a part of sensuality as well. So that's very, very sexy to people. We love an intelligent, controlled baddie, a controlled goddess. We love that. Love it. Okay, so the next card we have is the Ace of Wands. Talk about new beginnings. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. So you are very, very creative. Pile number two. You are so fun, 1111. So please go look at that angel number, or that if that message resonates for you, if that's a sign for you, there you go. Yes, so you are going to be having a tremendous amount of luck within your creative field. Pile number two, you have a lot of new opportunities coming up, and people absolutely are addicted to how you express your emotions through your creativity. You also have like this dual nature about you where you're very emotionally intuitive, very sound, very chill and very poised, but at the same time very fun and very spunky and very intelligent, like I said, very mentally aware, very vivacious, very electric. And that is something that people are definitely attracted to. Now, mind you, this could be something that you are coming back from or coming back to. Like this was a part of yourself that was there when you were younger with this Six of Swords. And now, especially with the return of Aphrodite. And now you're coming back into yourself. Now you're rediscovering your true nature and who you really are. And people are very attracted to that because the sensuality is in the expression. The sensuality is in the openness. Pile number two. That's what makes it sexy. That's what makes it sensual. And you being, just being, that's what I want to say. You being and not overthinking and not over trying, not even overdoing. That is what makes it feminine, right? Because you're just being, you simply are. And this R-ness Did I make it? What part of speech is that? Ness. Let me know in the comments below. But I made it a new part of speech. You are is. Okay. There's something about that is just screaming out to people that you're very sensual and very aware of yourself. Hello. Are you going to tell the people hello? Okay. So the next card that we have is the Star card. I always get my nail like in the way of you being able to see the full card. I'm sorry. But we have the Star, and this again represents that rebirth that we have going on. It's definitely as if you have just kind of come out of like the cosmic womb. You had a deep kind of recalibration. Aphrodite is in the water in this card. As you can see, half of her body is in the water and half of her body is not. And when we think of Aphrodite, she's born of that sea foam, right? So she's literally birthed through that water, and I really feel that for you. It's like your sensuality has been rebirthed and reclaimed. And with the Star card, especially with her pouring water on the ground and pouring water into water, it's as if you have been nurturing yourself. Pile number 2. The Star card is underneath the Ace of Cups. So you definitely have been giving to yourself way more. You've been more positive. You say a lot of very positive things to yourself, or at least you are starting to. Pile number 2, you allow yourself to make mistakes. You allow yourself to be reborn and to be fresh, and to really allow others to see your truth. And people are very addicted to that. There's something about that screams sensuality, that screams femininity, because of that willingness to be vulnerable. That's something that we don't necessarily always tap into when we talk about sensuality, but vulnerability is key, because you have to be vulnerable to your senses. You have to be vulnerable to your reality, to your environment, to sense the things around you. So that's very, very potent and powerful. Next, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it's underneath this Six of Swords. So this lets me know that you're still in the process of creating your own happiness, but people can sense the completion within you. People can sense that you know yourself, that you created your own family within your own heart, that you have vibrated new people around you who deeply care about you, who can recognize this newness, this freshness, again, je ne sais quoi within you. Your cups, there's a lot of cups in this deck, so your cup definitely runneth over for yourself. Pile number 2, very beautiful. You also have a way with people. Pile number 2, you really know how to speak to people. That's coming up again. So the way that you talk to people, people are deeply addicted to. People love coming to you for encouragement or for a kind word. You have the presence that makes people want to listen, makes people want to stop, stare, hear. So the next card that we have is the Two of Cups. What did I tell you about all these cups? We have cups on the Star card with her having these beautiful jugs, pouring water. We have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and now we have the Two of Cups. So you definitely have people that want to exchange energy with you. There's something about your feminine sensuality that makes people want to go into union with you. With it being underneath the Ace of Wands, this you attract a very fun, very passionate, very spontaneous, creative, almost like an artsy type of lover. So be on the lookout for that if you have not found your lover yet. Your lover is coming and they deeply want to exchange cups with you. They love how you love yourself. Pile number 2. Your divine sensuality, Your femininity is all about self-care, self-expression, self-acceptance. And that is just, it's delicious. It's sexy. So after that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you create your own fortune. And with this Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, I really do feel like people really recognize that within you. Pile number 2, they recognize that you create your own fortune, that you have your own way of being, your own way of doing. You really stand out. The Star card is also represented by Aquarius. So you are really like a popular loner, because we also have the Hermit card here. So this is Virgo energy as well. You could be a Virgo sun sign, but you really know how to conserve your energy for the right things. People are very attracted to that. They love your conservation. They love your creativity. They love how you take care of yourself and you create your own fortune. You create your own destiny. You are the creatrix of your reality. And all of that is tied into your sensual expression. It's very beautiful. It's very charismatic. It's very loving and calm. And people are really addicted to that. They want to be around you for those reasons. So that would conclude your reading, pile number 2, as to why people are obsessed with your feminine sensuality. I really hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comment section below if this reading resonated. And like we always do at this time, hands in the reverence mudra. I honor you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. And until we meet again, bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is for those of you who were drawn to the Empress card. Yes. With the citrine. So, people are drawn to your feminine sensuality because you are the epitome of sensuality. You are a deeply, excuse me if you heard that, a deeply feminine person, a deeply feminine being, deeply sensual as well, might I add. It seems you're very confident with the citrine, very poised, very put together, very loving. Let's see what other messages we can get from the tarot cards. Well, this card keeps wanting to come out. Let's put that there. Let's see what other messages. Wow, this has come out a lot today. For pile number 3, gods, goddesses, mermaids, ancestors, and spirit guides, please show me clear messages for pile number 3 as to why people are obsessed with their feminine sensuality. Let's see. Why are people obsessed with my collective and pile number 3's feminine sensuality? Why are people obsessed with pile number 3's feminine sensuality? Two more cards. Pile number 3. One more card, Spirit, for pile number 3. Ooh, I love it. All right, so let's get started. Firstly, your sensuality has range. Your sensuality has intellect and sharpness. You have the type of sensuality, excuse me, that is all sensing, pile number 3. And what do I mean by that? Well, the first card we have here is the Seven of Swords in reverse. What I like to coin sensing as is the ability to feel everything around you to the point where you know what is happening and what is going on. And with you, you deeply know. Pile number 3, nobody can get away with anything behind your back. You have your third eye open and 2 eyes in the back of your head. Pile number 3, you are deeply aware of your environment. You're deeply aware of your surroundings, and you're so intuitively sensitive. You're so sensing and perceiving that you instantly know people's intentions. People love that they can't get away with stuff around you. I have a sense that if someone is being petty or kind of saying like a crude joke that's supposed to be like, oh yeah, that's funny, but they're really making fun of you, you know how to nip that in the bud immediately. You also have this very like spunky, sassy personality to you, pile number 3, where you can read somebody for filth. You know exactly what to say, how to say it, and what not to say, and when not to say it. People really respect that about you. People are very respectful towards you because of the amount of respect that you have for yourself. With all the yellow that's here, there's a lot of yellow in these cards. You have a high, very potent level energy solar plexus chakra. Pile number 3. People love that about you because it's a display of your feminine sensuality. So you know your worth. Typically the exact same way we view the Empress archetype, knowing her worth, knowing her value, and also adding value to everything around her. And that is exactly the way that you are. Pile number 3. You know your worth, you know your value, and nobody is getting away with anything on your behalf or against your knowing or without you knowing. That is what I'm trying to say. You pick up on every little detail. You have something about that, even though you're very tapped into your crown chakra and your sense of knowing, because you know the mantra for the crown chakra is I know. But there's something very earthly about that as well. It's the type of earthly knowing that would come from a Mercury in Virgo, for example, where Virgo is highly analytical, highly aware of the people around you, highly aware of what you see and what you know. And with this Empress here, you have a very earthly sensuality about you, and people kind of love that you are the Empress energy, that queen energy, something where you're very calming. However, when it comes down to it, you are not to be played with. Pile number 2, and pile number 3. There might be some messages for you in pile number 2. So if you would like to go watch that reading, go ahead over there as well. Okay, the next card we have for you is the Ace of Cups. Now I have to jump to the card underneath the Ace of Cups because we have the Seven of Cups right underneath it. So that lets me know that pile number 2, you have a lot of options when it comes to how you deal with your emotions. That's the first thing I'm picking up. You express yourself emotionally in so many ways, in so many facets. And on top of that, you have a lot of options when it comes to love. So back to your emotional expression. People are very, very obsessed with your feminine sensuality because of the way that you show yourself. You might show your emotions through the way that you do your makeup one day, or the color of your hair, or the jewelry that you have on, or the way that you do your nails, or the way that you paint your toes, the outfit that you have on, the music that you're listening to, the food that you might eat that day. All of it is an emotional expression. You're very, very expressive. Pile number 3, and that is something that people are very drawn to. They also don't know what they're going to get from you from day to day. You're the definition of my boyfriend is dating, or my significant other is dating several different people, and then it's you changing your hair and changing your look every day. I think that is amazing. It really does feel like it comes from an emotional place though for you, like you really know how to tap into that emotional center through your creative expression, and I really love that for you. Also, like I said prior to this, there are a lot of suitors sorry, who are drawn to you. And I feel like the competition with this Seven of Swords makes people even more drawn to your feminine sensuality, because they're picking up on every little thing because they want to be better than the next person who's trying to get with you. So people are very complimentary when it comes to you. They know exactly what to say. You attract a lot of smooth talkers because they want to be what you want. I'm channeling this song. I want you to want me. Yeah, it's like that's how they feel. They need you to need them. Something about the fact that it seems like you're a very caring person, but you just don't really give it all away like that. You're not really going to overtly care about people in that type of way where you're going to be doing more for them than you would do for yourself. And that makes people really want to pursue you even further. Pile number 3. Especially with this Empress energy, people really, really want to be worthy of your time. They want to be worthy of your energy. They want to be worthy of your presence. Pile number 3. So that is nice. You definitely have this like queenly confidence to you that I'm channeling, where my head is up, my shoulders are rolled back, and I just feel like, yes, no, maybe kind of energy. I really like that. So the next card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles. You are extremely abundant, pile number 3. Now, that's a given with the centrine that you picked here and the Empress card. So people are very aware of your abundance, of the fact that you look rich, smell rich, feel rich. You have rich queen energy completely. With her robes and the robes on the Empress, the draping here, I also feel as well with the way that you dress and the way that you care for yourself and handle yourself. You really know how to make yourself look the way you feel on the inside. You could also be, I'm hearing, into fashion, a fashion designer, a personal shopper or a personal stylist. You could also be an interior decorator as well. And people love the way that you express yourself yet again through these mediums. And then it also creates a lot of wealth for you. And people love the fact that not only are you fun and very all-knowing, very sensing and aware, but you also like are very business savvy. You really have a sense on who you are, and you allow your sensuality to come out in your work, you know, in your crafts, right? So that is very, very attractive to other people because they love that you have this very confident, very bubbly personality, because I really do feel like you're a very bubbly person. But you also know how to take care of house and home. You also eat very, very well. Pile number 3, you eat a lot of delicious food. You like to be out on the scene a little bit too, I'm feeling. You like to go to hot new restaurants, maybe hot new bars. And even though that might be like, okay, well, what does that have to do with my sensuality? It's where people can see you. Pile number 3, you're one of those energies that deeply need to be seen. People really, really love watching you, paying attention to you, noticing the things that you have going on, which is so different from other people around you. So the next card that we have is the Queen of Wands, and how fitting is that? Again, with the draping and the color. So the yellow is there. People are very attracted to your solar plexus You could also work with goddesses of love or just be really tapped into that vibration, like Oshun or like Lakshmi, that have a high confidence, high self-value, high self-worth. It's to the point where your creativity and your intuition blend together seamlessly and flawlessly and create a sort of rhythm around you, a sort of balance where you have a lot of play within your work. You have a nice, beautiful laugh, gorgeous full belly laugh. I'm sensing you have a lot of hair. Hair is very important to me in this moment, so it's something that people can deeply be attracted to, liking your hair, liking your style. There's something also about the way that you carry yourself again. 1 second. Okay, yeah, there's something about the way that you carry yourself, the way that you hold yourself at high esteem. We have 2 cards where the goddess is on the throne. So you adorn yourself, you you give yourself a throne, you give yourself a pedestal. You're very, very creative, like I said before. You could also be a painter, an artist of any sort. So drawing, visual art, photography, a beautician. You know how to make things very beautiful around you, which is another reason why people are very obsessed with you. You know how to make people laugh. Like I said, very funny. You know how to work a room. You're very, very good with words. Pile number 3. And the way that you speak is something that people have an addiction to. The way that your mind works as well. Because there's something very potent about your mind with this Ace of Swords. Okay, so you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So you're always coming out with a new idea. You're very spontaneous in like a mental way. So 1 second you could be talking about politics, and then the next second you're talking about love, and then the next second you're talking about fashion. And people have a hard time keeping up with you. It makes them feel intimidated. Pile number 3, but in the best way possible. You're definitely giving the energy of well-rounded, all-knowing, very worldly, and at the same time new, like innocent to the world. And I feel like people are very addicted to that because there's never a dull moment within you expressing yourself, because all of this energy is coming directly from you. You are the source of everything that's happening. So people are very addicted to that because they're just not used to having somebody who has it all in the way that you do. You're very dynamic, very charismatic, very sexy, just very, very fun. It almost reminds me kind of like Carrie in Sex and the City. You kind of give me that type of vibe because she has the hair, the very beautiful clothes. She's a writer. She has the great laugh and the beautiful voice. And I really do feel like people deeply enjoy all of those things about you. Pile number 3 for your feminine sensuality, because that's how you display it. And it's just so nice to know all the ways that sensuality displays itself. That's really awesome to me. So we're going to jump back to the 7 of Cups and just talk about your options one more time, how you express yourself in multiple forms, how you like to have options throughout your day and keep yourself open to new opportunities. You don't date the typical person. You don't explore the typical ideas either. Pile number 3, you really do things that are very, very out of the box. You know, just something that catches your eye, you're gonna go for it. And if you have an idea, you're going to explore it. You're very explorative. Even in the bedroom, I'm hearing. You don't mind taking a step back, you don't mind taking charge, and you don't mind trying new things. People are very addicted to that, very obsessed. And they're obsessed with your expression as well, all the different forms and different things that you're willing to try and the different ways that you express yourself. So we have the world, the wheel of fortune, excuse me, the wheel of fortune here. So that's right underneath this 9 of Pentacles. So you have really tapped into that Empress energy for yourself. And I believe that for people around you, that's another reason why they're obsessed, because it really is a breath of fresh air. Pile number 3. It's something about the fact that you're not obsessed with money. You just have it. You create your fortune every single day. And there's the last card here, the Strength card. More yellow, more solar plexus energy, yellow diamond energy. And I want to say with this card, this lets me know that you have been through trials and tribulations, pile number 3, but you don't look like your struggle. You don't look like what it is that you've been through. So people really enjoy that you create your own fortune and still have confidence in your life, in this beautiful strength that you have, where you're a very strong-minded, strong-willed individual, feminine energy, just very open to the world, and you create fortune, you create opportunity through your open heart. And that is very sensual, very open, very dynamic, and people really enjoy that. And again, you have all this wealth, you have all this abundance, but you don't ever put it over top of people. You're very humble, but you have not humble, because we don't really want to be humble, but you have humility, where you're aware of other people and aware of yourself at the same time. And you have like this beautiful confidence, this beautiful moral. Your crown is very adorned. We have 4 different crowns here. If you look at these cards, I'm about to pick them all up and show you that each card has a crown here. So you have a very, very awakened crown chakra that people love. You treat yourself like a queen. You treat yourself like you're worthy of the world, and like you're worthy of fortune, and that you truly are your own empress. And that is why people are obsessed with your feminine sensuality. I really enjoyed this reading, and this will conclude your portion of the reading, pile number 3. I really hope this resonated with you, and that you heard all the things that you enjoyed about your feminine sensuality, like we always do at this time. Let's place our hands in the reverence mudra. I honor you. Thank you so much for being here. And with that, I say, namaste. Until we meet again, my pile number 3. Bye-bye.